Well, I'm always trying to understand more about the way pellets work from a hunting point of view. Now, we have lots and lots of ways of telling us how much energy the pellet will arrive downrange with. But what concerns me more is how much energy it can impart into our quarry. So, this is my energy transfer meter, not a swingometer, as David keeps insisting. In here is gelatin. The pellet arrives, goes into the gelatin, passes through, and flies on with however much energy it's got retaining, and moves the pendulum. In here there's two one-way bearings, and then this marker shows us on the scale just how much energy has been imparted. Now, this isn't science, this is purely comparative. Don't please tell me that there's some law of physics I'm ignoring or something. It's just a comparison. So you can choose a 177 round head through it, and then a 22 round head through it, and it will tell you how much more energy relatively the 22 has imparted. From there you can go on to pointed pellets, hollow points, heavier, lighter, whatever you like, 25, 20, 9mm if you've got one, but it's just a comparison. It will fire a load of different things through there and you can see how it works. What I've got here is my BSA R10 Mark II. This is a 12-foot pound gun in 2.2. Shooting the 16 grain Air Arms Field, which is one of my particular favourite pellets, and this gun likes them a lot. It's very, very accurate with them, so we'll give it a shot, see what it does on the ETM. So there we go, that was a 12-foot pound Air Arms Field in 2.2. As you can see, that hit pretty hard. You can also see, if you look at the back of the pot here, it's flown right through, so somewhere down in that field is our pellet. So people who say, oh yeah, pellet just arrives and stops, sorry, you're wrong. That's 50mm depth of gelatin, which is as near to human flesh or animal flesh as you can get. And that's got us to 43 points on the scale there. So that tells you it's hitting hard, it's transferring lots of energy, and that's why a lot of people like to shoot 2.2s at rabbits. So that shot we just took then was a 177, again 12-foot pound gun with the Air Arms 8.44 grain Phill pellet, which is an excellent pellet. But if you see by comparison, this is 25 units on here, whereas the 2.2 was somewhere up around here 43. So it's very clear to me that the 2.2 does transfer a great deal more energy. Both pellets have exited straight through the gelatin, somewhere down the other end of the yard. But that's about as clear a demonstration as I can offer you as to the amount of energy the bigger pellet transfers to the quarry. And if that's your rabbit's head, for example, it clearly will do more damage. More damage equals a cleaner kill. So what I've just fired now is an H&N Terminator, which is a lightweight hollow point in 177. Now the round nose only took us to about 25 units. This has taken us right round to 36. And I'm fairly confident that pellet has stopped inside the jelly. So that's dumped all its energy, which clearly is more efficient than whistling off downrange, carrying energy with it. Good pellet, and it's probably the most accurate hollow point I've ever used. So this was the RWS Super Point, which is quite an old-fashioned pointed design. The super point went straight through. You can see the top of this is split open here, whereas the hollow point dumped all its energy inside the gelatin. So if that was a pigeon, for example, it would have really, really hit it hard, whereas the pointed pellet has flown right through like the round nose did. So doing this kind of research, I'm always hoping to find something new, and this one has really surprised me. This is a relatively new pellet from H&N called the Red Scorpion. So this is 177, but it's a very unusual design of a lead hollow point but with a plastic tip in the end of it. It looks a bit like Thunderbird 1. This has moved 43 units, so this has hit as hard as our heavyweight 2.2 pellet we shot earlier. What was also interesting is everyone was at the same depth and everyone was facing backwards. They were completely reversed inside there, and I can only assume that the tiny weeny lightweight tip gets overtaken by the heavy lead as it's travelling through. So is it a tumbling pellet? It could well be. You can see, however, it has not expanded and the tip is still in there. I believe the tip is designed to separate to make it into a hollow point. Well, it's not done that at all. That's all still in one piece. Very interesting, very good energy transfer as promised. Unfortunately, not as accurate as I would demand from a hunting pellet, but always interesting to learn these things, always interesting to see something new. And got the good old ETM out for blow the dust off.